Hey there, happy Sunday there, it's me, Victor, the Curiosity Trader. It's been a while since I've uploaded on my YouTube page. I'm just to do another video lesson. I'm gonna start doing these every weekly, just for myself. I know that most people don't watch these, but again, these are really just for me. 'Cause I always say that whenever I say something out loud, it helps me memorize it better. And again, all this is for educational purposes only. I'm not claiming to be successful by any means. I'm just tracking my journey en route to becoming a consistent, profitable trader. If you know who I am, welcome back. I'm not going to go over who I am, but every week I'm going to be going over some of these stocks for I'm watching for the week ahead. Okay, but everything's going well so far. I haven't really uploaded in over a month. It's been overall. Total P&L is right here, my trading career. Okay, full transparency is key. I haven't really been trading as much. Life sometimes does get in the way, and sometimes, again, whatever you're trying to become, sometimes things are going to happen in your life. This past March was a great trading. I started trading again in February, obviously. Had a good month. March as well was really my first full month trading in a sense, but the last 2 weeks, some things in my life kind of happened. But overall, it's fine. March. April, I'm just not even really trading. April and May is nothing really, just doing really small size. But the plan is going forward, ideally in early June, mid-June, to fund my accounts again with about $2,000 and to grow it organically. That is the plan. I'm going forward, but as of right now, I'm still here. I watch the markets every day, and for you out there, I don't know who you are. I would say that again. You can paper trade, but I do recommend it's better to trade with real money. Of course, if you don't know nothing, like if you are just starting out, then yeah, paper trade. But once you have a solid track, once you have like an edge that you want to test out, go with real money. I would always say that, and risk small. But I'm just gonna go over some stocks I'm talking about, watching for this upcoming week. Again, the same type of themes I'm looking for are these open and range high breaks. Again, as a trader, you really want to focus on what you are best at. Now, the stocks I'm going to talk about, you may not like. You may not see the same things I see, and that's fine. We're going to be different people. We're not going to be the same. That's what makes this game unique. That's what makes the art of trading unique, and we're going to be different, okay? But ideally, these open range high day breaks, as I always mention. I love seeing a stock, like for instance, this past week on AGBA, just like this. You have, well, let's go to this other chart here. Well, it's just like SLUN a while back, but this is a good example here. You have a big move here and consolidation, and you want to high day break, and same type of scenario. Of course, looking back, it's gonna look easy. Hindsight's always 20/20, but the same type of deal as of right here. Had a good earnings reaction, pullback, and opening range highs. That's really the gist which I'm trying to learn right now. Are these opening range high breaks, and it takes time. Really have a lot. Really, whenever there's a hot market, like this past March, February, this was a 5-star setup. SLUN, I traded it. Again, go back. I think I missed it. I didn't trade it at all. I missed it. But plays like this, stocks that make a big move, and pull back, go sideways, and looking for that ranges. You want a stock to set a range, okay? And that's what I'm looking for. But again, I'm not going to go in the gist of that one setup. But whatever you are, just try to focus on 1 or 2 setups in the beginning, and just track that one setup. Whether it be in like tracking charts or spreadsheets, whatever you do, just track it and become a master of that. All right. But yeah, so every stock you're gonna see here has pretty much the same type of idea I'm looking for. For instance, SRTS reported positive earnings. Tightness. Look how tight this is getting. This is the daily chart, obviously, 10 minutes. Okay, so ideally going forward next week, go sideways, and once it goes past just high day range, 545, that's going to be a potential long signal. Okay, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Of course, intraday here, you kind of had, can't see pre-market here. but it had positive reaction to the earnings, and the growth was really high. And I always do encourage you to look at like other stuff. Like I use FinViz a lot for just for data, to see. You want to see why a stock is moving. Always know why. Okay, and positive growth for sure in this stock. Okay, more than threefold. Triple digits, positive growth. We'll see. Really over 540s. If you test that high day, it's going to be potential long on that one. INSG, same type of scenario. Earnings gapper, same type of deal here. Again, in all these, you want to really focus on volume. Always focus on the fast leaders. Don't focus on stocks with low volume, and you don't want to be in a stock that's not moving. You never want to be in something that's not moving. You always want it to have a reason to go up. Okay, and earnings are a great fuel. You want fuel, and for this one, INSG, same type of scenario, earnings gapper, and you can always look left. As Nate always says from IU, look at the long-term chart. Now, the reason why I'm watching this one is because it recently had a reverse stock split, so the float is going to be really thin here. And I do believe perhaps sometime this week we're going to have a ramp push past this little 540 level. And if we have that opportunity, it's going to be a great liquidity trap. I do believe in the market we're in right now, a lot of things that we usually run are going down. So I think we're waiting for one of that black swan moment to say. And shorting, again, you can do it, but all it takes is that one move, to really blow up your account. So I always recommend you don't short in the beginning. Always, if you want to succeed, well, most of us anyways with a small account can't even short. You can if you have like trade zero, but like I always tell myself, I would much rather, I don't know, I prefer going long right now. I do track some short setups, but I'm not going to get into that right now. But INSG, again, reported positive earnings, as you mentioned. Why'd I say it like that? It's funny. Again, FinViz is free, so always use that, I would say, or anything. FinViz, there's a lot more others out there. But yeah, so we'll see in this one. Again, ideally more sideways than past push that range. ADMA, same type of scenario, earnings gapper, opening range highs with a high day break. Ideally with these, I want it to go, the more sideways it goes, the better with these stocks, with these gappers. You can see them run a lot, but like, for instance, like Root was a 5-star back earlier this year. This is a great earnings EP here, okay? Now, that's what we're trying to capitalize on with these earnings gappers. But the more sideways they go, the better. So if this goes over a high of 9, then yeah, potential long. But I would like it to pull back some, because again, you want buying pressure. No one's going to want to buy this if it keeps going higher and higher. They want to wait for a dip to load up. AUST, beautiful watch on this one. Earnings play, same type of deal. Look how it bounced beautifully. Beautifully off these ranges. Again, opening range highs here from last earnings. Same type of deal. Pullback, bounces off the moving averages and surfs it, and earnings gapper play. So this is for sure top watch. Let it do its thing. I would watch it for sure. But I would let it build for sure. I don't think it's done by any means. I think it's gonna base for the next couple of, who knows? I don't know nothing. We'll just see what the market gives us. SGBX is a potential liquidity trap as well. Over really, I would say 556. Again, I believe there's a pumper behind this on Twitter. I believe there is. I think it's Zach Morris. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the news on this is. But the float is thin. And this, why is this doing this? And this has ran before, if I'm not mistaken. It hasn't ran before. The float is thin, for sure, under a million. Stock split, yeah. And this, a contract, whatever it is, yeah. Micro float. This does have potential. that's good. This does have potential to run over $6 if it bases. Look out for that one, opening range highs, and that's the thing here. Okay, these are two types of stocks, SG and BX, and like for instance with SRTS, SRTS has a reason to go up, earnings, where you're just playing the pipe with SGBX. You always want to know why. Why is the stock doing what it's going to do? I know, like, SRTS has a reason to go up, earnings, fuel, etc. Whereas like SGBX, it's just purely momentum. And as traders, you have to know the difference. We want to be able to take advantage of both, to say. Okay. RBN, same type of deal. Gap up. I believe they reported. I need to start having notes on my charts. I just don't do it because it slows down my platform, but I need to start doing that for sure. I believe so. This will be easier for us to do. It was a partnership. Okay, interesting. But same type of deal. As you can see here, gap up sideways. In ADR, again, I always say this on all my videos. Average daily range means the higher the average daily range, the more, in theory, the stock can move. So massive volume, and we're just waiting here. Ideally, yeah. I mean, this is. I don't know. I can see this going to $4 sometime this week. That's just the type of environment we're in right now, I think. But that's for sure one to watch. EBS is another one, forming very nicely. Earnings holding really well, surfing the ranges. Ideally over 460s on that one with high day break. Same with AGBA, same type of deal as I mentioned earlier. 5-star. The more tight this gets, the better. Over 380, it's going to be a potential long. But other than that, there's a lot more, but I don't want to bore y'all. Celsius is another one I'm liking, very much so. Earnings, I love how it's basing here. Over $86 for sure is the potential long, in my opinion. But again, always do your research. Other than that, there's really not. There's some other stocks I'm watching, but nothing really that important. App, it could be a potential one as well, over $88, over high day range. But like this is a good example. ASPN, I mean the ADR is 6.4, but this is a pretty good example of what I'm trying to do here. You have an earnings gapper, high day range break, and you just use the moving averages as your stop. And as I said, it's easier said than done. I'm trying to learn how to do that. Okay, but things take time. I mean, I did get long EBS. Where did I get long that stock? I got long it last month. It was a great trade, but again, I'm very small size, and you have to understand sometimes. $3. It's hilarious. But this is the type of stock that I'm trying to find here. I got long at 320 on this day here on the earnings gapper trade. 320, got long. Okay, and I sold pretty well, I would say. 420. So of course, I'm working on it. But you always want to lock in your gains. Okay. That's really all I wanted to talk about today. But again, the main ones, as I mentioned, SRTS, ranges, opening range, INSG, opening range. Same with ADMA, opening range. In all these opening range stocks, the more they base, the more they go sideways, the better. Okay? I would much rather like SRTS to like tomorrow base and hold its levels and break out down the week. I really don't like buying 2-day runners. I want some consolidation. SGPX, opening range highs over that liquidity trap potential. RBN, same type of deal, ranges over 360s here. It's going to be a potential long. It's making a nice flag pattern here. So it'll be very interesting for sure. The ADR is high, as I mentioned. Celsius, a nice one for sure, over 86. EBS, same type of deal, flag over 460, and HEBA, same type of deal, 380 flag setting up on that one. But that's really all I wanted to talk about. One more thing before I go. I saw this tweet this past weekend on Twitter, and I'm not going to go over this that long, but whoever you are out there, okay, risk management is one of the most important things you can do as a trader. Okay, I don't care how well you think you know this. I don't know that much. You know, I'm not even profitable. Well, I'm profitable. I'm not consistent, I guess, yet. But all it takes is that one trade to really wipe you out of this business. And for you as a trader, your job is longevity. Your job is to really your job is to make it to the next day. You know, most people want the big money now, but don't think that way. Think long term. All right, and this does hurt me seeing this. I don't know how you lose $43,000 in a month in trading. I'm sorry. This person, I'm not calling him out by any means, but it's just like, I don't know, self-sabotage. It's just, there's no reason in hell you should be able to lose that much money in a month. That's just me. Again, I haven't even made $1,000 in a month, and I'm saying this, but it's just, I don't know. Like for instance, whenever you place a trade, you should know the dollar amount per trade you're risking. You need to have a fixed dollar amount. Again, it's going to be different for each of us. You never want to lose more than 3% of your account on one trade. Never. Okay? Ever, ever, ever. Never more than 5%, hell. Never. Okay? Because if you lose, you just don't want to do it. Okay? Whatever your account is, every trade risk a dollar fixed amount. Okay? And just go from there. Because again, this is week 304 in my trading career. Now again, I'm not going to go over my whole background, but over those 304 weeks, I've seen people come and go, and the ones who are still here really focus on risk management. You know, you have three things: sound psychology, an effective trading system, and a risk management plan. And it's like a three-legged stool. Remove one and you're going to have problems, but risk management is vital. Okay, because you can have one hell of a month then just to give it back on one day. Okay, and I've done it before. I've gone through some losing streaks and I sized down. I don't trade sometimes. You don't want to trade every day. You don't have to trade every day. Whenever you focus on the system, focus on the setup, you're going to realize that you can go a day or two without trading and have that one trade make the week. You know, and it takes time to get to that level. But I don't know if that makes any sense. But other than that, happy trading this upcoming week, and I'll see you next week.